Okay, so here is the palette that we are going to be using in today's here's the palette that we're going to be using in today's first impression, because I haven't used this palette. I got it in the mail last week. I ordered it when it launched on Sephora's website, and I got it in the mail last week, but I didn't want to open it off camera. I wanted to open it on camera so that, you know, we can kind of experience this together. So this is my first time looking at the colors in person. I have seen a few videos with people talking about what they thought of the palette, but I've never seen it up close and personal until today. So yeah, here we go. So this is the outside of it. It is a picture of Huda, and if you guys don't know who Huda is, she is a Instagram makeup sensation. Her page, she posts a lot of looks from different artists on different artists. Why can't I talk straight on camera? She posts a lot of pictures of different artists on Instagram, and she also does makeup looks herself. So that is her claim to fame. This is her second palette that she's released with her company. The first one was this guy. It's the Huda Beauty Rose Gold Edition eyeshadow palette, and I love this palette. I know there are a lot of mixed reviews on it on YouTube, but in my opinion, I loved it. I was a little reluctant to buy it at first because of all the different opinions that were coming out with the palette, but I'm the type of person that I gotta make my own judgment. So I went out, brought it. I love it. So when I saw that she was coming out with the second edition, I was like, yeah, we're gonna have to cop that. So yeah, enough chit chatting. So when you open the palette, ooh, that's pretty. When you open the palette, the first thing that you see is, what is this? It's like a cover which has Huda's eyes on there, which I think is really pretty. That'll help keep your shadows, you know, clean, make sure nothing falls on them in travel, and it'll also help keep your mirror clean, which I think is pretty cool. And then the second thing that they have, which I'm gonna just kind of do, is a big mirror, which I like because when I travel, I don't really, most of the things that I bring, I don't really have a mirror that's large enough for me to do my makeup. So yeah, I like that a lot. These are the shadows. I'm gonna try to hold it at an angle so that you can get an idea of what they really look like, because I know my lights are kind of bright, which are really, really pretty. Let's see. It is a high pigmentation, easy to blend, talc free palette. It has 18, where did I get 24? I cannot count. It has 18 eyeshadows and 4, oh wait, maybe there is 24. 4 ready to layer textures, 8 buttery mattes, 6 pressed pearls, 3 duochrome toppers, and 1 daring glitter. And just for reference, when I say duochrome, that means in the pan it looks one way, and depending on how you kind of shift your face or with the light hits, it'll look another color. So it could be like a blue green, for instance. Let's look at the two. We're gonna look at the two together, do a little comparison. So these are the two palettes side by side. The color scheme is a little similar. It's a little similar looking at them side by side. I feel, oh gosh, I nicked it. I feel like the palette, the colors in the Desert Dusk palette are a little bit lighter or a little bit more cooler than her Rose Gold. The price for this palette was $65 on Sephora website, which to me, I mean, it's kind of pricey up front, but the quality of her last palette was pretty good. So, and then also I like to order through Sephora because if you don't like it, you can always, you know, take it back to the store. So yeah, enough chit chatting. Let's get to playing. So I already did my eyebrows off camera because those take the most time, and you know, ain't nobody got time for that. Also, I decided since I'm doing the Huda Beauty, I would just kind of incorporate some of the products that I have by her. So over the summer, she released a highlighting palette, which is this guy. It's the Huda Beauty Summer Highlight Palette, and it features 4 shades. And one of them is a cream, which is Saint Tropez, which is a cream, and then the rest of these are powders. And I was like, ooh, that would be really pretty to use with the Desert Dusk, because this is more of purple. This has a more purple color scheme. So yeah, we're gonna use those, and then yeah. So let's stop chit-chatting and get into the tutorial. Our Makeup Forever Step 1 Base Mattifying Primer, and I'm just gonna add this to my T-zone, which is where I get the most oils throughout the day. We're just gonna go in and make sure you blend that in. Now with this primer, I've noticed that if I don't take my time and blend it in, it does leave a white cast underneath my foundation, and depending on the foundation that I'm wearing, you can see it underneath the foundation. So just make sure that you blend it in, and also make sure that your face is moisturized when using this primer, because if not, it will make your makeup look very cakey, and once again, anybody got time for that? So yeah, blend that in. Next we're going to apply our foundation, and we're going to use the Fenty Beauty foundation in the shade 370. And then I'm applying that with my Real Techniques buffing brush. I'm just going to work that on. Now I did see that Huda is coming out with a foundation. I'm not sure if she's launched it already, but if you guys are interested in me doing a review on that, I most definitely will. Now I'm gonna go in with MAC's Select Cover Up Concealer in the shade NC45. I'm just going to apply that under my eyes. I'm a Fenty Beauty Matchstick in Caramel. And I warmed it up on the back of my hands, and I'm applying it with my fingertips, because this the texture of that, or the consistency of that, it's a little pasty. So I was scared that if I dragged it on there out of the stick, it would just kind of drag off my concealer, and we don't want that. So using my fingers and just lightly patting it on around my eye. We're gonna go in and set our under eyes, because we don't want that to crease up. Right, now I'm going to do my contour. Truffle. Then I'm gonna blend that out with my MAC 109. So I have no idea what type of look I want to do. We're just going to kind of wing it. So starting off, I need to do transition. I really like that Nefertiti. Kind of scared, but we're going to put, where's this at? We're going to start off with Musk, which is that color right there. And we're going to apply that to, it's not quite the crease, just a little bit above the crease. And I'm scared, but we're gonna see. Yeah, these colors are buildable because I'm barely applying product, and I can see that it's building up. You can see it on the camera too. Oh, and then I'm also using a MAC 224. This is a short handle. We're going to take Amber, which is that color. We're going to apply that right in our crease underneath Musk. And I'm using a MAC, ooh, I should have did blazing. I'm using a MAC 221. And this is Amber. You know what? We're just gonna apply Amber right here because I want to try something. We just gonna wing it, y'all. We gonna wing it. I want to try something different today, so hopefully it works out. Now we're gonna go in. I'm cleaning off that brush. We're gonna go in with Blazing, which is that color. We're gonna apply that on the front part of our crease. And I'm using the same 221 brush. We're just gonna do windshield wipers on this one and mix it with Amber. Whew. I will say on camera these are looking real intense. It's not that intense looking in person. It's pigmented, but you know, camera's like damn. But in person it's not as I want to take Saffron, and I'm just gonna apply it right underneath those two colors. And I'm using a MAC 217 short handle. Just gonna I'm gonna take Musk, and I'm gonna mix that with this color and put that right there just to darken up the crease a little. So for the lid, we're going to start off with Angelic, and we're going to put that first. Use my MAC 289. We're just gonna let's do Celestial. on top. Why not? We're just gonna build the colors. And Celestial. And I didn't want to use the glitter, but I think I will. We're gonna apply the Cosmo, which is the pressed glitter. We're gonna apply that too. Lightly pat that all over, just to give us a wash of color, or a wash of glitter, little sparkle. Let me zoom you guys in so y'all can see. You could use your fingertips for this if you feel like you're not getting enough glitter on there, but I don't want it to be too intense. That's why I'm using my brush. And if you feel like you just want glitter overload, you can also use a glitter glue before you apply the glitter. But I don't really want it to be too intense. That's why I'm using my brush for it. And we're just gonna take an angled brush, my MAC 208. And I'm also using this OUD shade, and I'm just gonna put that color near my lash line, like that, just because I want it to be a little bit darker. Then we're gonna put a little bit of amber right back on that outer crease, just to blend that brown in, like so. Just so that everything looks nice and blended. And I am noticing that that glitter is kind of transferring above my crease, which I don't really mind, but you know. Just gonna take a little bit of Blazing and just swipe it across to kind of get rid of that glitter, like so. There's still a little bit on there, but that's okay. I don't mind it. All right. Do one more light dusting of Cosmo, because when you blend, when I blended, it got lost. Not really, to be honest, big on this glitter. Because I feel like you need glitter glue to make it stick. Do you guys see all that fallout? Which is okay, because we powdered under our eyes, so I can just brush it away. I'll take my Real Techniques powder brush and just brush away that fallout, like so. Now we're gonna take this Sephora small shadow brush, and we're going to apply Blaze. I'm gonna stop there with Blaze. And then we're gonna take Amber. We're gonna drag that across. We're also going to drag that towards Blaze and out. Make a little bit of saffron, a little bit of that dark brown, and just kind of mix them together and drag them underneath everything. Now I'm going to apply my falsies. Curl our lashes. Then we're going to apply some mascara using the MAC's Hot and Naughty 2 Black Lash. We're just going to apply that to our lashes, and this is going to help these guys blend with the falsies. I always get nervous when I apply my mascara because I hate it when you're swiping it on your eyes and you touch your eyeshadow with it. Yeah, that happens to me a lot, so I get super nervous when I apply mascara. But yeah. And then today we're going to use the Farrah lashes by Huda. Yeah. And with these lashes, because the bands are a little stiffer, if you just kind of pull them back and forth between your fingers, that'll help soften it up. I'm going to apply MAC's Extended Play Giga Black to the bottom lash. We're going to use the Huda Beauty highlighter palette, and I'm going to use Copacabana, which is this guy, as my blush. Just gonna and then we're gonna take a little bit of my Konos and just add that too. Just a little. There you go. So you can get a little more color. Just gonna, and then we're gonna take a little bit of Saint Tropez and just kind of press that on the apples of our cheeks as our highlighter. I'm sorry, we're gonna place that on our cheekbones. Because I want to be extra today, I'm going to also just put a little piece of glitter down there. And I'm using glitter from Candy Love. We're going to go in with the Huda Beauty lip strobe, and this is in the shade Ritzy. Alright guys, this is the completed look. I'm gonna zoom in so you can really see that glitter. Alright guys, so this is the final look that I did using the Huda Beauty Desert Dust palette, and then my highlight was from using the Summer Highlight palette. My overall thoughts or first impressions of the palette is, Carrie says it's a yay. I like it. You know, the as you can see, the colors are very pigmented, very pigmented. I do feel like in my camera it's a little pinch more vibrant than it is in person, but that's actually a good thing. But in person, the colors are still beautiful and they blend like a dream. You definitely can get a lot of different looks out of this palette. I don't really see it being something that I would reach for all the time, but that's just because I don't really do colors. But if I wanted to, this would definitely be that go-to palette because the shades are more so up my alley. And I am loving these Farrah lashes also with this ritzy lip gloss or lip strobe. So yeah, as far as I'm concerned, I think you guys should definitely go out and buy the Desert Dusk palette if you haven't already and give it a go. So yeah, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day to watch this video. I hope to see you in the next one, and if you haven't hit that subscribe button, please do, because you don't want to miss out on what we have coming up next. All right, thank you guys. Bye. Mwah.